Right. They will know which go Kabiama. They will know lovers of freedom all over the world. They will know genuine Biafrans all over the world. I salute each and every one of you. This is Biafran Exodus TV. Always bringing you the message of redemption and liberation to the hearts and the minds of our people. And please don't forget, don't even need to put please for it. And don't forget, this our channel and represent the movement of the people, by the people, and for the people. We are Boblam drop this statement. I don't want to be no common word, or maybe all one of those words, or maybe all one of those slangs, by each other like that. Take every word, because please take every word that comes out of this our channel very, very serious. Abana church, Abana we take it very, very serious. Because all redemption, all liberation, dining waited to your doorstep, to the hearts and the minds of our people. Go on and get Monte again. Go on and get Monte. Open Keguma Ketere. Chinekena teacher, I need no Biafra. When you need each, Onobla the unique, Onobla the unique, Onobla the unique in his or her own ways. Onobla is what unique. Onobla is what unique. Please, I'll be right back. Oh, sorry about that. Family distraction. So Onobla the unique. This is just a very, very short recording, which you just can put out here tonight, this afternoon. So now you need the unique in our own ways. And as you call yourself as a Biafran, genuine Biafrans indeed, don't allow anybody to bring you down. Don't allow anybody to underrate you. You are unique. We all are unique in our own special ways. So we need to go now. Very, very important. Now you recognize that. Because I don't want to happen to Chukuna Tiri now. If you are a Biafran, or if you are one of the Biafrans that normally used to live your own kind of God's own gift, now get a gift on Ozanya, please stop it today. Stop it today. Be unique. Be yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in God. Do your best and leave the rest to God, even in this our movement. Moving straight to the point, because all even on that time you your favorite data. Your data. No information kind of pass ever. And that information is power. I want some information on there. I know what before you say you have heard about this. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna pay attention. Who's in Abia? I say I'm about. Igbo race can never be erased. Igbo race can never be erased. We're now moving straight to the point now. Igbo race can never be erased. Note that. And people have spoken about it, even sometimes old, even Mandocha. Some of us have forgotten. Some of us have seen it. You guys in the football, but only him to the master. Actually, can't get no distance. Can't get I get chant. Almost the number got carried at the end of the day. Then can't boys a brain. Can connect the dots. Just go there straight to the point. Let's go.
Never be erased. The Igbo people can never be erased. No matter how you try, you cannot erase the Igbo nation. Watch your back.
There comes a...
Now let's cool down and listen to this message. Okay, now the Igbo race can never be erased. Now let's listen to this message and listen to Chaya. Yeah? Kai will eat and go, Kai will eat and annual Pandibo is ya. Kai will eat and go on the very important. Let's go.
A time when truth must rise from the ashes of silence. A time when the voice of the past breaks through the walls of history and shouts into the present. That time is now. That voice is the voice of the Igbo people, a people so powerful in spirit, so unbreakable in will, that even the mighty British Empire trembled at the sound of their name. They didn't fear the Igbo because they were violent. No. They feared the power of their mind, the strength of their unity, and the depth of their culture. The British Empire, with all its guns and global power, was shaken by a tribe that refused to bow, refused to break, refused to be erased. You see, the Igbo were never just another group of people to be colonized. They were a force of resistance, a pillar of self-rule, a threat to imperial lies. The Igbo believed in freedom long before the West defined it. They believed in justice before the colonizer could spell it. They governed themselves with systems so sophisticated that even European scholars were stunned. They didn't need kings appointed by foreigners. They chose their own leaders. They didn't need foreign religion to find God. They walked with him in spirit and in truth. That is what frightened the empire. Not their weapons, but their wisdom. Not their violence, but their vision. So the British tried to rewrite their story. They tried to brand them rebels, savages, pagans, because they feared their truth. But you cannot bury a people whose roots go deeper than any empire's foundation. You cannot silence a voice that carries the thunder of ancestors and the fire of future generations. The Igbo stood tall when others knelt. They fought back when others surrendered. They dared to say no to injustice, even when the price was blood. That is why they were sold in chains across the Atlantic, because colonizers feared what would happen if the world saw their strength. That is why the world has been silent about their legacy, because their existence exposes the lies of colonial narratives. But the truth is rising now. The descendants of the Igbo are rising. The world will know that the empire feared the Igbo because the Igbo were never meant to be ruled. They were meant to lead. So if you are of Igbo blood or African descent, or if your spirit yearns for justice, stand tall, walk proud. The legacy they tried to silence is roaring louder than ever. You are not the forgotten, you are the foundation. You are not a shadow of history.
We are not the forgotten. We are the foundation. It's that you have seen a lot of vital points. I hope you guys are paying attention. We are not the forgotten. We are the foundation. I'm going to pay attention.
You are the light that history tried to hide. And when you walk with that knowledge, with that power.
We are the light. We are the light that the history is trying to hide. We are the light that the history is trying to hide. Hide our light. Are we going to accept that? Are we going to agree? And you put that thing to hide our light. I get no Igbo. Can you hide our light? I get can they hide our light? We pin your coin as na Igbo can never be erased. Then come up with actually made you I do my attitude.
In your chest, no empire past or present can ever make you feel small again. The British Empire feared the Igbo not for their weapons, but for their wisdom, self-governance, and unbreakable spirit. In a world where empires thrived on control, domination, and submission, the Igbo people represented everything that colonial powers could not predict, could not contain, and could not conquer. They were a people whose strength came not from brute force, but from an inner fire, the kind that refuses to be extinguished. The British were not intimidated by armies or battalions when they encountered the Igbo. They were shaken by a culture that had crafted a society where freedom, equity, and intelligence ruled before the colonizers even arrived. The Igbo did not depend on foreign systems to dictate their way of life. Their communities were built on sophisticated forms of decentralized government where every voice mattered, the elders were respected, the youth were empowered, and leadership was earned, not bought, not inherited, and certainly not forced by any outside throne. This model of society undermined the very foundation of colonialism, which was built on the lie that Africa needed saving, structuring, and civilizing. But here stood the Igbo, already organized, already advanced, already powerful. Their knowledge of the land, of trade, of spirituality, and of communal governance made them a threat to the imperial narrative. Colonizers feared what would happen if other African tribes followed the Igbo example. What if the continent realized it didn't need to be ruled? What if the people realized they already had power, structure, and the divine right to lead themselves? The British Empire understood that the real danger wasn't in the Igbo lifting a sword, but in them lifting their heads high, refusing to bow, and declaring, "We are not yours to conquer." To break the Igbo, the colonizers knew they had to destroy not just bodies, but identity. They attacked their names, their land.
We are not yours. We, the Igbos, are not yours to conquer. We, the Igbo Biafrans, are not yours to conquer. Then now, Umunne no Munna, lovers of freedom all over the world, genuine Biafrans all over the world. When you hear this kind of message, what goes into your mind as a Biafran? If you're opportune, knowing this kind of message, hearing this kind of message, maybe you have heard about it before, maybe you are just hearing about it. What goes into your mind as a Biafran when you hear this kind of message? What do you think? Do you think Igbo race can be raised? Are you part of them that are believing that yes, now when Igbo forget about this Igbo, that now one, even though Igbo, because I'm talking to ourselves. I know I was in Igbo. I'm talking to ourselves. Because in that that now one in the Bible that no nyajuraju and ajo. You know, if I need to channel, no oshishi no na na-egbu ya oshishi ahụ wee kwụrụ. Omogo ndị Igbo tọnugoro onwe ha tụọ oshishi. Omogo some ndị Igbo pụgoro from mmadụ tọọ onwe ha tụọ oshishi. A na-afụtazi onwe ha as a human being. How human being, no, but they don't see themselves as a human being because all also oshishi no na na-egbu ya oshishi ahụ wee kwụrụ. Achọm ka anyị na-connect the dots ya ka anyị were ire anyị na-agụ eze anyị ọnụ. Are we going to allow our enemies to erase us? Because that's only ajụ and ajụ onwe ya. Owa kpọrọ anyị asị because of na ha alụgo anyị anya. Watch a message that man. Ini no kwuru there pure truth, honest truth. Ini no kwuru about it. That is what Igbo is all about. Then anyị nwa na-agbazi onwe ebe ihe discover go ha nwa discover anyị more than no times we discover onwe anyị. Ha nwa na-agbazi anyị anyị nwa awụ, but as we supposed to know better. Then ebe anyị nwa ama ihe anyị nwa mana ndị iro anyị mana na ndị achọ ka anyị biri bezon ihe ọma Chukwu na nyere anyị bezon otu si wee gozie anyị n'elu na ala Chukwu na goziri anyị na ala anyị wụ ndị agoziri agozi ndụ anyị kpagbu ndị agoziri agozi akparamagwa ihe niile agbata ọsụ ngozi a na-enwere anyị anya ụfụ just like otesi na-enwere ndị Israel anya ụfụ that time sị ka egbusi even Germany self mechara na ana na-eji gas na-egbu ha a na-achụzi ha achụ. Ọkwa the same thing na na-emekwa anyị nwawo ndị Igbo chekote si achụgharị anyị mana Lagos everywhere a gara na-achụgharị anyị a na-akpọzi we are now putting up a call, clearance call for every Igbo Biafrans all over the world, home and abroad. Anyị nwa ji onwe anyị ife na-eme anyị sizi anyị n'aka na now all na anyị nwere ike team up knowing fully well this revelation anyị fe nwere about us na ihe anyị nwa awụ Are we going to allow our enemies to finish us, to erase us? The answer is no. And the only way Angeji will stop on that their evil plan against us, all nine are together under one umbrella. Under one umbrella. Chineke na government, USB, United States of Biafra, 40 states. This is yours. ID card aputawago. People register wago. Things are happening. The government is doing wonders. It's time for you to come under one umbrella. Stop deceiving yourself. If you are Igbo, start politicians, stop deceiving yourself. Local German, stop deceiving yourself. No matter who you are, any part of Biafra you are, eastern part, God have given us a government. USB is the government. Under one umbrella, speak with one voice. Time for you to join in QE, the rifle channel. USB represent Rendo, Nigeria represent wrong. Make your choice. But actually, the honest truth not there, Igbo race can never be erased. To make sure that Igbo race are not erased. They are the choosing one. They are the unbribable. They are the unshakable. They are the unstoppable. They are the unmovable. And they are the unstoppable. And they have Chineke na we na aga. Chineke na with their backbone. And how with a good conscience. How will be sarasara. How with a self-discipline and how with a moral decency. You can never blackmail them and paint them black. They are not terrorists. They are genuine. They are ambassadors of peace. They are ambassadors of fairness, equity, and justice, and progress. I'm a United States of Biafra. Don't joke about it. A new nation, come and join in the moving trend. Three generation, he said, this is Biafran Exodus TV. Always bring you the message of redemption and liberation to the hearts and the minds of our people. All you want a message, give me a like button. Subscribe if you have never subscribed. Share the program. Can also when because here I know about was your redemption. Mmiri can be a crew about that. Ningoya, a hard job. I got baby deceive logo. Or put your pen to go black, or put your bad energy, or to spoil your day. We always bring hope and restoration and liberation to the heart and the minds of our people. Onye went, ya no equeko, amaba. Onye no children, hope to come across the way some other time. I love you all from the depth of my heart. Doma, they will.